we're going to be taking a look at the single most important thing when it comes to getting your content to rank in YouTube. And that's the search terms you use when you're creating your next video. So if you want to know how to make your keywords come to life, then stick around because that's coming up right now. So unless you've been living under a rock for the last year, you probably know that finding keywords that have enough search volume on them to get your views is becoming incredibly difficult. And especially so if you're a small YouTube channel. That's why the likes of TubeBuddy and MorningFame are a must for any small creator. Because they're going to save you a whole bunch of time, and they're also going to find you a keyword that's appropriate for the size of your channel. Now while TubeBuddy is a free extension for Chrome, you will have to pay for some of its more expensive features. But the free version will definitely help you get started with keyword research and is a must for anybody that's starting a YouTube channel. Now MorningFame's a different kettle of fish, and while there are a number of ways to get a 3 months trial, I can pretty much guarantee you most of you that do give it a go will definitely subscribe to it after your month's up. So now I think we should take a look at... Okay, so this is how it works. When you type a search term into Google or YouTube, that's known as a keyword, and your video is going to have a keyword as its title. However, if your keyword title is the same as everyone else's keyword title, then yours isn't going to get found because there's too many people using the same keyword title. So you need to find one that other people aren't using too regularly but has enough search traffic on it to make it worthwhile publishing a video on. As we said, it is a free extension for Chrome and you can download it from the internet. You need to go to the Keyword Explorer, then type in an appropriate keyword on the subject you want to use. Now it then takes this information and matches it up against all the other videos on YouTube that have the same search terms you're using. It looks at how many views they've got, how many subscribers they've got, and just in general how popular these other channels are. And then it matches it up against your channel and gives you an idea of how likely you are to be able to rank against an average channel on YouTube. Now as you can see there, TubeBuddy was telling us that it's probably very unlikely that I would be able to rank for that search term because it's highly used by a lot of other successful channels. So your next step would be to have a look at the related keywords to yours that possibly don't have as much competition on them. You would then take that keyword and load it into the Keyword Explorer. It's going to do exactly the same thing as it did for the old search term, and as you can see from the graph here, this is a slightly better keyword to use. Now you might have noticed these two little tabs at the top. One says weighted and one says unweighted. Now the unweighted tab takes all the results it's just got, it adds them all together and gives you an average score. It then tells you how likely you are to be able to rank for that specific keyword against an average video on YouTube. Now you want to listen to this because this is where it gets really interesting. Now we see the weighted tab takes your specific scores for YouTube and measures them against all the other scores on the internet. And it tells you how likely you are to be able to rank your video for the specific search term you've just typed in. So as you can see, having all this information at your fingertips is going to save you a lot of time and also going to help you find the correct keyword for the size of your channel. Now if you're getting any use out of this video, I'd like to hope you consider subscribing as we have loads of other videos coming up this year. Hit the bell notification and we will tell you when there's another one on the way. So, to be able to use MorningFame is a slightly different thing, as it's what we call an invitation-only site. So what that means is you're going to have to know someone or be invited by someone that's already using it. But I don't know anyone that uses it. And that's why we've left you an invitation link in the description down below. And guess what? Your first month's free. Now the first thing you'll need to do after that is log in and go to the keyword tool. Now you're going to see 4 tabs along the top, and the tab that you want is the search tab, and that's going to bring you to this next page. Now as a comparison of how MorningFame works, we're going to use exactly that same search term that we used on the TubeBuddy platform. Now when MorningFame's finished processing, the first thing it's going to do is give you either 1 or 2 little green ticks. Now 1 tick means that this search term is being used on YouTube. 2 ticks means it's being used on Google as well. So to increase your chances of people finding your video, what you're really looking for is 2 ticks. Now it's also got a little number next to it which gives you an indication of how popular this search term actually is. So again, what we're looking for here is a high number, because the higher the number, the more people are searching for this search term, which is going to give you an increased chance of getting more views. Now if we scroll down the page a little bit, the next thing we come across is these 4 bar graphs. We have views, subscribers, likes and comments, and also relevance. Now what these bar graphs do is they give you an indication of how likely you are to be able to get your search term to rank against other similar search terms on YouTube. Now I'm sure you can understand that the higher your first three metrics are, the more chance you will have of ranking for any given video. But the relevance tag's slightly different. It looks at how well all the other videos out there that have a similar search term to yours are optimised. It then has a look at how well you've optimised your video and then gives you a score on how likely it is to rank against those other videos. Now what you're looking for here is at least C's and D's, and you really want to have an A for relevance or you're not going to stand much chance of ranking your video at all. Now if you scroll down the page a little bit, what you're going to have a look at is some of the competition that's out there. Now hopefully a video with a yellow box will show up, and that'll give you an indication of where your video is likely to rank when you publish it. Now as you can see, there's some very useful information on both of these platforms, and I'm sure the astute out there are now probably asking themselves, so which one should I use? And that's a very difficult question to answer. The only thing I can really say after using both of these platforms for quite some time now is that MorningFame tends to be a little more cautious in the results it gives. So in other words, a lot of the time when TubeBuddy tells you that you'll be able to rank quite well for a given keyword, MorningFame will tell you not to use it because it's not a good idea and your channel just isn't big enough for that keyword. So if you're a cautious type of person, I would say probably use MorningFame. If you like to throw caution to the wind, then you can use TubeBuddy. Now MorningFame and TubeBuddy have a host of other features in there, including a full SEO studio on both platforms, which is going to show you how to optimize your video to get the best results and rank higher. So if you're interested in that, I suggest you watch this video just up here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm out of here.